Wherever there is gratitude, abundance abounds. The abundance portal is now open. Don't just sit there, raise your vibrations and come on in. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to or watching the Manifest on Purpose show. Of course, I am the host of that show. I am Kimbaley, and I am here to help you elevate your consciousness. Today, the abundance portal is open. Make sure that you have your things with you that represent abundance, and make sure that you come in the highest vibration and bring those things that mean or speak abundance to you. I want you to think abundant. I want you to feel abundant. And today, as you can see, I have the harvest background. Harvest is all about bringing in the fruits of our labor. I did that for a very special reason. Today is a day that many people celebrate as Thanksgiving. And I want you to know that it's not just Thanksgiving today, but it's Thanksgiving every day. And the way to truly unlock abundance in your life is if you're always in gratitude. So thank you so much for showing up, sharing your time and energy with me today. Thank you so much for sharing this with other people who may like this too. And thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimbaley.com. Kimbaley.com. And I do everything I do because the God in me loves the God in you. We're going to get into this abundance reading, but before we do, let's hear our Astro-Numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the Star 8 mobile numerology app. It is Thursday, November the 28th, Thanksgiving Day. The sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Scorpio. It's a 1 universal month, a 5 universal week, an 11 universal day. The nature of Thanksgiving, in essence, is about giving thanks for each day we're above ground. With so many misfortunes that appear to be on the horizon, is there any other way but to care and give thanks? Once you do, hopefully, you'll feel the kind of energy that produces an overpowering sense of mission and purpose to be a better person each and every day rather than just only one day out of the year. Give thanks unconditionally. Leo, Aquarius, Cancer, and those born on the 2nd, 7th, 11th, 16th, 20th, 25th, and 29th of the month. That forecast really confirms what I've been talking about already. This is going to be a powerful read today. 2025 is just around the corner. You know, when Thanksgiving gets here, it's almost the end of the year. You need to know how to transition into the universal 9 year. That is 2025. It's going to be a very transformative year. And I want to make sure that you have the roadmap to make it through that year. Make sure that you get your Astro-Numerology forecast for the year. It guides you month by month, telling you what you can expect on a personal level for the entire year next year. And you can get that at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. You can also get your personal report. You can get your compatibility report and your business report. Now, if you want to get a little more personal and you want to find out who you really are and what your purpose is in life, make sure you book that Astro-Numerology consultation. Give it to yourself as a Christmas gift, maybe. You can do that at that same website. And speaking of 2025, you are invited on Wednesday, January the 1st, 2025, for the Vision Board Mastery. In the Vision Board Mastery, this workshop is designed to help you manifest 2025 on purpose. This workshop is going to teach you the power of visualization. I will help you by going over some of the visualization tips and techniques to help you along the way, including the vision board. Now, if you've ever had a vision board but could never make it work for you, then this is the workshop you need to be in. If you heard about the vision board but never had a chance to try, this is the workshop for you. I've gotten rave reviews when I've done this before. So many people have manifested the things that they have put on their vision boards, and now it's your turn. We're going to also share interactively so that you can speak your vision into existence, and we will close out with a guided visualization so that you can plant the seeds of 2025. You really don't want to miss this, and there's not a lot of seats. So if you decide that you want to book this workshop, then click on the QR code at the bottom of the flyer, or you can also go to Kimbaley.com. That's KIMBALEY.com. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. And now we're going to jump into this abundance reading. But just in case this is your first time here, let me tell you what this is all about. So now we're in the abundance portal. At this point, I discussed it earlier, but you should be in the mood of abundance at this point. You should have something around you that surrounds you that represents abundance to you. It could be your lucky pendant. It can be anything that you feel represents abundance. I'm going to be using Money and the Law of Attraction, a deck by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Let me show you that deck. Even though this deck is about money, abundance is more than just money. An abundance of something is plentifulness of the good things in life. And yes, it also represents prosperity. So only you know what abundance means to you. So now that you're here, we're going to have a reading, and we're going to do a general reading first. This general reading is for everybody. This is your abundance message for the week. What you need to focus on more, what you need to pay attention to in your life in regards to abundance. And then I will have a read for the birthday numbers 1 through 9. To find your birthday number, all you have to do is look at the day you were born on. For example, if you're born on the 4th of the month, your birthday number is a 4. If you're born on the 13th of the month, you have to reduce. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. You're still a 4 birthday number. And so what I will do for each birthday number is give you a personal reading for the week. And it'll be your personal abundance reading. And I hope I don't forget today, because sometimes I do forget. At the end, I will give an affirmation. Now, just keep in mind, if you're listening to this and you resonate with the reading and you feel like, hey, I want Kimbaley to go a little deeper, you can also do that by going to Kimbaley.com. So, oh, I forgot to tell you what I brought for abundance today. I brought a guest. I brought my friend, the Buddha. Oh, let's give Buddha. This is the happy Buddha. We're going to give him a rub on the tummy. Yeah. So that's my abundance item for today. Okay, let's get started. This is starting the general reading. Mm. Okay, for the week, the first card we got is the number 14, and I already see the running theme here. This card says, I am a vibrational being in a vibrational universe. Ain't that the truth? So, what this card is saying to you, that you have to realize the vibrations that you carry is what's attracting things into your life. So if you're at a point right now in your life where you can't see or you can't sense any abundance in your life, that means that your vibration is not high enough on that level to match that abundance. So what you're going to have to do is the same thing I told you at the beginning of the video. You're going to have to raise your vibration to activate abundance in your life. So how can you raise your vibration? This is the number 14-5 card. So this card tells me about the 14-5. When I think about the number 5, I think about someone always moving, someone on the go, someone networking with other people. 5 is generally friendly to a lot of people. So what you need to do is you need to get yourself in a space around abundant people. I'm hearing that it's not that you haven't been trying to raise your vibration. It's just that you have not been having an example of where you should raise your vibration or how you should raise your vibration. And what you really need to do is you really need to get around abundant people. How do they think? What energy do you feel when you're around those people? Take a notice of some of the things that they're doing in their life. These are the things that are making them a vibrational match for the abundance that they want to achieve in their life. So it's about vibration here, because this next card is the number 5 card, and this doubles down on it. This card says, my every story is attracted, is vibrational match. So that means you may be holding on to stories that you've heard growing up. These are subconscious things that you've been holding on to, whether you're aware of it or not. A lot of times when we're aware of things, it's easy for us to pick those things out and change those things. When we know our vibration needs to come up, it's easy for us to do it. But the thing about subconscious is beneath the surface. That means that it's so deep, you don't even know it's there. There may be some thoughts that you have about life in itself that's keeping you from raising your vibration to a level where you can attract abundance in your life. And it may not be anything that anybody ever told you. It may be the situation you grew up around. It may be the environment you were in. It may be that you watch someone else's environment and you are trying to stay away from that. No matter what it is, once you become aware that there is an issue there, and that's going to take you going within yourself through meditation to find out what are these deep thoughts that you're holding on to that should have been let go of years ago. Then you can shift your vibration and raise that vibration to help you move on to the abundance that you desire. And once again, it's going to be other people that can help you. What story are you telling to yourself? Pay attention to that. Whatever story you're telling to yourself, if it's not a story of abundance, you need to cut it off. And when you do, create a story of abundance. And this is going to be the homework. Everybody create the story of your abundance. And what I want you to do is when you create that story, you don't have to share the whole story. Tell different people bits and pieces of your abundance story as if it's already happening. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, 5, also a literary number, write it down and go back and reread these things. These are some things that can help you raise your vibration. And once you raise your vibration, number 55 card comes up that says, I can transform my world. I can transform my own world. To me, I view this card as the magician card. You can do anything you want to do. But the caveat is you have to want to do it. Yes, you can do anything that you want to do, but you have to raise your vibration to that level that attracts the abundance that you are seeking. And when I say abundance, keep in mind, stay with me now. We're not just talking about money. We're talking about love. We're talking about career. We're talking about so many other different things. Whatever abundance is to you, when you raise your vibration to that level, you are becoming the magician, because you're a master of your words, you're a master of your thoughts, and you're a master of your own vibration. Okay, and the last one for the week for the collective is the number 40. I can set my own standards for financial well-being. That goes back when I talked about the fact that a lot of people are holding on things that they've learned a long time ago. And this right here is talking about finances and well-being. When you hold on to these things for so long, they continue to play out for you. So that's why you continue to see the same pattern. But what has to happen is you have to set a standard. You have to set a boundary. What do you feel like is the right amount of abundance for you? Can you go higher than that? Because a lot of times what that number is based on what you've been programmed to believe for a long time. And that amount has become outdated. Think about our world. Every year, things increase. Don't you think you deserve an increase too? But you're the only person that can ensure that you have that increase. And in order to have that increase, it means that you're going to have to raise your vibration. So for the week, collectively, it's all about your vibrations. You need to be moving around, making sure that you're in the best vibrations possible. You need to walk around with abundance on your mind at all times. Don't just wait till Abundant Thursday. You are abundant every day. All of your needs are met. All of your dreams are fulfilled. They're just waiting for you to catch up with them. Isn't that something? They're waiting for you, and you're waiting for that. That's crazy. So now I'm going to move on to the number one birthday. This is for you if you're born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, the 28th of the month, or you come under the sign of Leo or Aquarius. You are a number one birthday. This is the number 19 card. And what this card says is the better it gets, the better it gets. And this is still off the theme of vibration. As you are raising your vibration, you may not be able to raise them the way that you want to. Like, you can't go from 0 to 100 right away and think you're going to be able to hold up to that standard. So what you're really going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure that you break it down a little bit at a time. So when you raise your vibrations, raise them a little bit. And then when you raise them a little bit, it gives you the capacity to raise them even more. And then you can raise them even more. And this will help you gradually get to that point of fulfillment in your life. And there's several things that you can do to raise your vibration. This is the number one card. I'm feeling creativity. Do things that you love to do that make you happy. If you love to dance, or if you love to sing or love music, get into those things and it will make you feel good. Everybody has something that will make them feel better. So get into that thing that makes you feel better and do a little more at a time. And you'll see that over due time, your vibration will get to where you need to be to begin to attract the things that you want to attract in your life. That's for you, number one. For number two, if you're born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th, or the 29th of the month, or come under the sign of Cancer, you are a number two birthday. You got the number 58 card. I can earn money by doing what I love to do. The reason why you can earn money by doing what you love to do is because of the fact whatever it is that you love to do is going to raise your vibration. If you really love something, you don't care what it's going to bring to you, because it's bringing you fulfillment, it's bringing you joy. You're not focused on the material side of it. You're focusing on feeding your spirit. You're focusing on getting your vibrations up. So once you get to the point where you know what you love to do, you can begin to use that to raise your vibration, just like how we talked about with number one. You can use what you love to do to raise your vibration. That's why it's always going to be best to go for what you feel in your heart is the right thing. And because this is a number four card, this is telling me that you need to step outside of the box. I feel like there's something that you really want to do. There's a hobby, or there's a gift. I'm hearing the word gift. There's a gift that's deep down within you that you have been afraid to reveal, or you have been resistant to, because of the fact that it's different from what everybody else is doing. Think about it. The Manifest on Purpose show is totally different. So it's going to be different, but it's authentic to you and it's what you love to do. So it makes no difference how different it is, because what you're going to do is you're going to attract your crowd. You're going to attract your tribe, and your tribe needs that different. just as much as you need to express it. Number 2. And now we're going to move on to the number 3. The number 3, born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of the month, or under the signs of Pisces and Sagittarius. 28, that breaks down to a 1. It's saying, I am developing the skills to direct my thoughts. Now, this is reframing right here. This is what this is talking about. A lot of people may say it's not easy to think positive all the time. There's no way that a person can think positive all the time. Well, I look at it like this. There's a way that you can pay attention to what you're saying. And when you notice something is coming out, or you're noticing that a thought is not as positive as it should be or could be, it's going to interfere with your vibrations. So what you do is, as soon as you're aware of those thoughts, you immediately change it to something else. It could even be whenever you're deciding to do things. If you know that whatever you're deciding to do will not benefit your purpose, and that it could lead to something that you may not want to attract in your life, then you can always change it. You can always redirect. Just because you start out on a path that's not good doesn't mean that you have to finish off on that path. That is the beauty of awareness. Once you are aware, and number 3, it's important for you to know that you should be aware, because it's so many times that you can get caught up into gossip and things of that nature. You need to be aware so that you can redirect even conversations that you're in. If someone comes up to you with this negative information, redirect the conversation. If you redirect the conversation and they continue with the same old thing, then now it's time for you to step away. So this is about awareness, number 3, because you need to recognize that sometimes your thoughts can take down your vibrations just as much as they can raise your vibrations. And when you notice that a thought or an action is going to decrease your vibration, you immediately need redirecting. Okay, number 4, if you're born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, the 31st of the month, or come under the signs of Leo and Aquarius, you're a number 4 birthday. Okay, number 4. 18-9 is the card. And it says, nothing is more important than that I feel good. And number 4, this is something that you really need to think about, because number 4 can sometimes suffer through moodiness, or sometimes number 4 can go through some mental health challenges or issues. And a lot of times when the number 4 is going through a stagnant period in their life, it's all due to their thinking. And that's the most of us, but more so for number 4. So this is about being more aware of feeling good. Even if you have to throughout your day, just ask yourself at moments, how do I feel? Am I feeling okay? And if you feel that you're not feeling okay, then you need to do something that can immediately raise your vibration. And one thing that I like doing, and I'll just share this because it's very brief. You can fake a smile. And if you fake a smile for a couple of seconds, in time, it will turn into a real smile. And sometimes if you continue to do that, you may even can get a laugh out of it. So some of the times when you're going through stuff, think about things that you have been through or experienced in your life that have brought you joy, things that make you happy. For me, that would be like the birth of grandchildren or things like that. And if you want to take it a little further, uh, think of funny times, things that really, really made you laugh. And yes, I go back to the grandchildren for that too, because they are funny. But think of things like that to help raise your vibration. Also, music or something like that will do it to you too. And fours also have that tendency to overwork, to avoid a lot of things mentally. So make sure that you're not doing that. And then by this being the 18-9 card is telling me that perhaps you need to focus on confidence, being more confident in yourself. You need to be more passionate. You need to be more willing to step out on faith, number 4. So get those vibrations up, and then we're going to go on to number 5, born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd of the month, or Gemini and Virgos. 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. And it says, I will praise success wherever I see it. And that's another 9 card. And this right here is confidence to me. This is saying that I'm hearing count the small blessings, count the small wins. A lot of times we take for granted some of the things that had some of the things that we experience in our life because it doesn't quite look like the end result we want to see yet. But just understand that just because it's not the end result doesn't mean it isn't one of the pieces to the puzzle to get you to the end result. That puzzle piece is just as necessary as any puzzle piece in the box. So it's important for you, number 5, to be in gratitude with no matter what happens. Just be grateful. And we heard in the beginning that when you're grateful, abundance abounds. So even if you have to say it out loud, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just have people thinking, what's wrong with this person? They're always thankful for everything. Yes, yes, because when you're thankful for something and grateful for something or appreciative, then more of that will come into your life. So that's your secret to success, number 5. Okay, we're going to go on to number 6, born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of the month. You're number 6. Oh, or if you come under Libra or Taurus, I forgot that part. You got the 43 card, which is a 7. And it says, rather than complaining, I will focus on the positive aspects. And this is perfect for you, number 6. No pun intended, because you like to be perfect. You like things to go a certain way. This is saying stop complaining when they don't go the way that you want them to. I'm hearing, okay, being stuck in traffic. When I moved to the area that I live in now, the first thing that I noticed that was very, very different is the fact that there was a lot of traffic. And of course, it was difficult for me at first. But the inspiration that I got was be patient, because you don't know what that traffic buildup is all about. It can be protecting you from something further up the road. And there's times when I literally seen that play out. Like I would be on a journey and it seemed as if the traffic was just the worst. And I would get in a location and something would happen whereby if I had just been a couple seconds earlier, I wouldn't have been so lucky. So that's really to say, number six, stop complaining because there's a purpose for everything. And sometimes things may not quite go your way because something better is on the way, or you're being protected from something. So make sure that you're not complaining. And the best way to not complain is to raise your vibration and be in gratitude. That's for you, number six. Okay, number seven. You have number 45 card, which adds to nine. And this says, it is not my role to make other people happy. Oh, that's the truth too, right? So what this is saying, number seven, is that so many people may be pulling you in so many different directions. And sometimes you may feel like, I don't want to say no. I don't want to turn people down. I don't want to hurt anybody. But what you have to realize, number seven, is that you have to put yourself first. Your purpose requires you to be happy. Yes, you want happiness for everybody. That's just a part of who you are. But you have to remember, you can't make anybody else happy if you're not happy yourself first. So don't focus on what other people say. Sometimes you want to do things maybe that you feel like if somebody out there that's not going to like what you're going to do. But you can't focus on that. You have to do what makes you happy, because when you do what makes you happy, it raises your vibration. Now, when you do what makes other people happy, it's not necessarily so that you're going to be happy about doing that. Not because you don't want to help, but it just may not be your thing. It may just not be what you want to do at that moment. And when you get to that point, it lowers your vibration. So once you lower your vibration, you're no longer a vibrational match for the abundance that you want to try. So this card here is the 45-9 card is telling you to cut it out. It's good to help people, but if you feel like no, you don't want to do it, don't feel bad about doing it. Do what you feel like will make you happy, that will help you raise your vibration. And don't worry about what others think about that, or don't worry about how you may make them feel, because truth be told, if the shoe was on the other foot, do you think it would be the same for you? So make sure that we're going in this 9 universal years time to cut out the things that we no longer want to do. And this is really telling you, number seven, that you need to cut out the things that don't make you happy. Things that you're doing just to be doing. No. Number eight, born on the 8th, the 17th, and the 26th of the month, under the sign of Capricorn. Number 8. You got the number 42 card, the number 6 card. And what this is saying, my what is need not influence what is becoming. So what's holding you back from your abundance is thinking about you in the past. Do you know how much you grow in each day? Each day we're growing, even on a physical level. You're not the same person that you were when you came into the world. You're a lot bigger now. You're able to do a lot more now. So when you're younger, there are things that you may go through. These things are here to teach you something that's needed for your growth, because that's the purpose of us being here anyway, is evolution. You can't look back at the past and what happened back then and carry that same energy today and expect to attract something different. You have to change the thoughts that you're having. You have to evolve your mindset. When you focus too much on what's in the past, you become depressed. And when we talk about depression, we talk about being down. So if we're depressed and we're down, that means your vibrations are down. I remember growing up, and it was regarding a Bible scripture. I don't quite remember the scripture right off, but I'm just paraphrasing. A lot of people say, let the dead bury the dead, so let the past handle the past. The past is no longer here. The future hasn't even happened yet. All you have is this moment right here. And by the way, thank you all for being in this moment with me. But all you have is this moment right here. And that's what you are becoming. So you need to let go of the things of the past and move forward. Okay. So we're going to move on to the number 9, born on the 9th, the 18th, the 27th, or Scorpio or Aries, or maybe even Leo. Number 2, I will tell my story as I want it to be. Just as simple as that. No matter what anybody say, you be the one to tell your story. I remember growing up, my mom used to always tell us, people don't need to know that you don't have a lot, but what you do have, you make sure it looks good. Make sure you're presentable when you go out. But she always had this thing about pride, and she instilled that sense of pride in us. And that's what this is about. You don't let everybody know all of the time what position you're in your life at that moment. And it's not because that you think they're being nosy, but they might be being nosy, but specifically because whatever you tell people, it becomes your story. So I don't care if you don't feel abundance. Well, really, I do care if you don't feel abundant. But even if you don't feel abundant, don't act it. Don't show it. Just find out what you need to do to raise your vibrations. If I know a lot of times there was an aunt of mine, and when she was raising her children, she was a single parent of 4 children. She said that she never used the B word. Begins with B, it rhymes with choke. But she never used that word. Whenever her children asked her for anything, she never told them that she did not have. She just found some kind of way, to kind of like get their mind off of it until she was able to get it for them, if she was able to get it for them. But she would never make that statement, or she would never tell that story about herself, because she knew the importance of what we say. And that's why it's important to be in alignment with abundance, because a lot of people are like, yes, I'm abundant. But then just as soon as that bill comes in the mail, just as soon as extra fees come up, then they're like, totally, it's a whole different story. So it's one thing to be able to say abundance, or I'm living in abundance. It's another thing to activate it into your life. So that's what everybody needs to know. And this is the number two card. And to me, when I think about the number two and the moon, we talked about illusion, faith. Faith, and the number 2 and 7 are interchangeable. So the 7 is ruled by Neptune, which is a planet that's just so far out there that we can't see it with our physical eyes. We have to believe that it's there. We have to have faith that is there. And then with the number 2, you know, that right there speaks of change, and it speaks of illusions. So change the way you look at your story. Number 2 is your writers too. So make sure that you change the way that you look at your story. This right here is a time that calls out for you to be faithful. And see, number 9, this is so important to you because you have the ability to be straight up with your words, to be straight up with your communication. And when you speak, everybody hears what you have to say. But a lot of times it's hard for you, number 9, because this number 2 is the opposition of your number 9. So it may be hard for you to tell that story if you don't see it, because number 9 is going to be straight up and honest. But it's not about being dishonest. It's about creating the reality right now in your life that will attract those things that you want in your life, number 9. So you're going to have to start seeing things in another way. Sometimes the number 9 is like, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. So you got to practice on seeing things the other way. You have to practice on telling your story the way that you want it to be, not the way that you think it is. Because remember, that's how you think it is. So tell it how you want it to be. So that's the reading for everybody. I hope this is helpful to you. And yeah, Buddha's still hanging in here. Yeah, Buddha is still hanging in. And now we're going to get to the affirmation. Oh, interesting. Let's see. I think we already had that one. Be clearly aware of the stars and infinity on high, then life seems almost enchanted after all. Vincent van Gogh. Be clearly aware of the stars and infinity on high, then life seems almost enchanted after all. To me, this overall message is we heard is about vibration, generally for the weak and abundance. But just reading that too lets me know that a part of this whole theme was about seeing things the way that you would like for them to be, seeing life, and not just seeing life, but living life in abundance. That's the whole purpose for this abundance reading, is to make sure that we get in a space from time to time where our mind is focused on being in the vibration of abundance. And we know that it's not about just getting everything that you want. It's about being fulfilled and being happy in your life. Abundance can come in several different ways. It's important for you to know what abundance is for you. So this week, focus on, first and foremost, gratitude. Gratitude every day. We heard that in our Astro-Numerology report. I started that. I started the video with gratitude, and I had no idea what the report for today was even indicating. And we talked about raising our vibration, and the best way to raise our vibration is to be in a state of gratitude. Through gratitude, abundance abounds. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.